will set thee on high.
So does it look like we on high right now as a people? Does it look like we are ruling right now as a people? Are we at the bottom of society or are we at the highest of society right now, sister? It looks like we're at the bottom, doesn't it? Right? And you gotta ask yourself why. Give me 15. You gotta ask yourself, why are we at the bottom of society? We're supposed to be the kings and the princes of the earth. Why are we at the bottom? Why are we strung out on drugs? Why are we selling our bodies out here on the street? Why are we in the lowest estate in these conditions, right? All right? Hey, brother, sister, y'all come this way. Come this way. Give me Revelation 1. All right, so we're teaching who we are according to the Bible, brother and sister. All right? We'll show them Jesus? All right, okay. So listen, what's your name? What's your name? Mark. Mark.
My name Mari, like M-A-R-I.
Mari. Okay, Mari, I'm Gideon, okay? What's your name, sister? Okay, so listen, we are here teaching our people who we are according to the Bible. But first of all, we have to teach what thus saith the Bible. Do y'all have Bibles at home? You read the Bible? You go to church? All right, so in the Bible, what is the color of Christ?
White.
Huh?
White?
You say he's white?
No, wait, no. But I think color he is.
Yeah. What color you think Jesus Christ is?
I really don't know.
Now, we've heard that he's white, right? If you Google Jesus Christ on your phone, it's probably going to show up a white picture, right? But what does the Bible say? Every Bible, okay? Every Bible that we read, all right, does not depict him as being this right here, all right? Is this Christ? Is this Jesus Christ? That's him? Huh? What about this picture down here? Does the Bible describes him as being this color here? All right, watch this. I'm going to give you some information right quick. Sister, we're teaching the color of Christ, all right? Because it's very important. The color of Christ is important, all right? And we should know the color of Christ. It shouldn't be that we are caught up in the image of Christ as being a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. The Bible didn't describe him as being that such, okay? So watch this. Read this in Revelation 1:1.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 1.
Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. This is the revealing. John is revealing what Jesus Christ looks like. That is what revelation means, okay, Mari? It means to reveal something. Read.
Which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So John is going to show us things that which surely must come to pass. But first he's going to show us what the image of Christ is, okay? And what color he is, because it's very important. Give me 14.
Yes,
no,
sir.
13.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
So in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, so we don't see any candlesticks right here, right? But we do see candlesticks here. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all right? So, again, John is giving a description of what Christ looks like. Read.
One like unto the Son of Man.
The Son of Man is Jesus Christ. Read.
Clothed with the garment down to the foot.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, which means Jesus Christ was a man, all right? If he had a garment on, that means he was a human being, okay? He was a man. Read.
And girt about the paps.
So, and he was girded about the paps, round in the midsection. He had a girdle on in the midsection. Read.
With a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Christ's head and his hairs on his face were white like what?
Wool.
White like wool. So white in color and woolly in texture. Like, sister, if you rub your hair, that's woolly hair.
Right.
Brother, if you touch your hair, that's woolly hair. Sister, you got woolly hair. My man right here, that's woolly hair.
Bring it out.
This man right here does not have woolly hair. So that's strike 1 on this picture right here. This is stringy hair. It's not made of wool, okay? Read.
As white as snow.
As white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So right here, it says Christ's eyes was like a flame of fire. Why? Because he drank a little wine in moderation. He wasn't a drunkard, but when you drink a little bit of alcohol or wine, the whites of your eyes turn red. This man's eyes is blue. His eyes is blue. So this is strike 2 on this picture right here, okay? This is not, according to the Bible, already the image of Jesus Christ. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. So if you look down at your feet, what color are your feet, Mari? Kind of brown skin, right? What color are your feet? Brown, right? So brass. If you think of the color brass like a musical instrument, okay? Or like the color of copper or a penny, that's a brass color, okay? So it says his feet was like?
Fine brass.
Fine brass. So already we know that his feet is like fine brass, so he got to be of a color brown, okay? Hold on, Mari, watch this, read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you take copper, if you take brass and you put it in a furnace, what color would it turn in? If you put it in a stove, a hot stove, what color is it going to turn? If it's already brown, right, like brass, right? So if you take brass and you burn it, what color would it be, Mari? Come on. Huh? If you put anything in the stove and you burn it up, what color is it going to turn? What color? Black. It's going to turn black. Right? So John is giving a description that Christ's feet was unto fine brass as if they burned in a furnace. So if you had your feet up against the fireplace for too long and you burn them, they're going to turn black. So the description of Christ is his feet was like what?
Fine brass.
As if?
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burn in a furnace, okay? So this is strike 3 on this description right here. So when you're asked what color Christ is, you can find it in the book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. This is the Bible. No Bible on the earth is going to describe him as having blonde hair, blue eyes, pink skin, all right? And it's very important, okay, because they changed the color of Christ. Why was it so important for them to change the color of Christ? Because they didn't want you to know that we were of Christ, that we were from Christ, that we are from Christ's lineage, okay? Give me Jeremiah 14:2, all right? So, listen, now that we know the color of Christ, is it important to you? What did you say your name was again? Ariana. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Is that important to you? Yes. It is important that, because image matters, right? Image is very important to us, because if you were told that maybe your all right, so listen, sister. All right, watch this. So anyway, the importance of Christ. Do you think that the color of Christ is important, sis? What's your name? Alexis. All right. So watch this. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. Watch this. So Christ is from the tribe of Judah. If you look at this side right here, you see Judah, right? You see Judah, Benjamin, Levi. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. And over here, if your father was a descendant of African American, then according to the Bible, you will be considered an African American or from the tribe of Judah. All right. If your father was from Puerto Rico, you will be considered Ephraim. All right. So these are just biblical names that described us in the Bible, but these are the names that were put on us as we came over here in slavery, okay? So watch this, read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Read that again.
They are black unto the ground.
Right, so it says Judah mourneth, okay? So this is Judah. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. Read.
They are black unto the ground.
The Bible says that the tribe of Judah are black unto the ground, okay? They are black unto the ground. So again, this is in the Bible, okay? This is explaining the color of Christ and the color of our people.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
All right, so listen, we are going over with the color of Christ. We're going over who you are according to the Bible, okay? So let me ask you something, sis. You can step up a little bit. You can step up a little bit, all right? I ain't gonna put you on the spot. What's your name? Aletha. All right, okay, so I'm Gideon, okay? So listen, what is your nationality according? What is your nationality? What do you consider your race? Give me 1 and 3. What do you consider your race? Because you know we come in different shades, we come in different fashions. Some of us call ourselves one race, some of us call ourselves this, but what do you call yourself? It's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
Right.
We really don't know. Some say we're black, some say we're African American, some say we're Afro American, some call us Negro, but God doesn't call us these things. These are bywords and proverbs that was given to us, like American black. That's not a nationality, that's a label. West Indian, Haitian, those are just titles that the other nations put on us because of sin. But God calls you Judah, he calls you Benjamin, he calls you Levi, okay? All right? That is your biblical name, all right? So give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3.
This is the Bible speaking. You believe in the Bible?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
Yeah.
But Israel doth not know.
So Israel don't know. This is the 12 tribes of Israel. Like you said, you really didn't know who you were.
Right.
A lot of us don't know who we are coming out of the world. So it takes brothers like us to come out and tell you and explain to you the conditions that we're in, and that you can see yourself in the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy 28. So you can see yourself in the Bible, just like an ox and an ass know who they are. That's what the scripture was just saying. But Israel don't know who we are. So our job is to come out and teach you that you're not black, you're not African American. You are an Israelite according to the Bible, okay? And this is how we know. Read. Deuteronomy 28.
Yes, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
So does it look like we on high right now as a people? Does it look like we are ruling right now as a people? Are we at the bottom of society, or are we at the highest of society right now, sister?
It looks like we at the bottom.
It looks like we're at the bottom, doesn't it? Right? And you got to ask yourself why. Give me 15. You got to ask yourself, why are we at the bottom of society? We're supposed to be the kings and the princes of the earth.
Right.
Why are we at the bottom? Why are we strung out on drugs? Why are we selling our bodies out here on the street? Why are we in the lowest estate in these conditions, right?
Because they
Read.
took God from the equation.
Right, because God has not been in the equation. Read 15.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Because we didn't listen to God. God gave us commandments to keep, right?
Right.
But it says if we should not listen, if we don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
That all these what?
curses
Curses.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing, brother? What's your name?
Bad thing.
It's-
Ed.
Ed. A curse is a bad thing. So we're explaining to the sister the conditions that we're in, all right? We're trying to build up our communities by telling our brothers and sisters to stop selling drugs, stop selling their bodies, okay? Take care of their kids. Marry the sister. Marry the brother if you got a boyfriend or girlfriend. God does not ordain boyfriends and girlfriends. He ordains marriage. He respects and honors marriage, okay? Are you married, sister?
I'm not.
You're not married. Brother, are you married? You have a boyfriend? You have a boyfriend, sister?
No.
You have a girlfriend, brother?
Nah, not at the moment.
Not at the moment, okay. But listen what God says about marriage, okay? So I'm going to bring out a law to both of y'all that God gave us. One of the reasons why we are in the conditions that we are in. We have a lot of single mothers out here. We have a lot of baby daddies. We got a lot of child support. We got all these negative connotations on us. This is why neighborhoods look the way they look, because they're not two people in the home taking care of their families. Right. Now, we understand that conditions happen and things happen, but this is what God says about marriage. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4.
Now, this is a commandment, okay? And this is why our neighborhoods look the way it look, right? Watch this.
Marriage is honorable in all.
God says marriage is honorable in all. He didn't say boyfriend and girlfriend. That's not what we're supposed to do. We ain't supposed to be laying down with every John, Tom, Dick, and Harry. We ain't supposed to be doing that, all right? Because what it brings on? It brings on unwanted pregnancies. It brings on diseases. It brings on all kinds of things, all right? Read. Marriage is honorable in what?
In all. And the bed undefiled.
And your bed will be undefiled, meaning it's not an abomination to lay down with your wife or lay down with your husband, all right? But it is an abomination to lay down with somebody who you don't know, who you just met at the club, all right? Or who you just met out here on the street. Read.
But whoremongers.
But who?
Whoremongers
God calls us whoremongers if we're laying down with somebody that we're not married to. But whoremongers
and adulterers,
and adulterers,
God will judge.
God is going to judge us on that thing. And you can see the judgment now. Again, the judgment is child support. The judgment is jail, STDs, all right? Single mothers, baby daddies. That is the curse. That is the judgment that God has given us because we're not keeping his law, okay? So that's one of the laws of marriage. You must get married, all right? If you don't have a girlfriend as of now, there's a process that you must go by according to the Bible. You got to prove that sister first. You got to prove that brother first before you just lay down with him, all right? But you have to do it according to the scriptures, all right? So, again, we were going over the curses. So give me one curse that we're under right now, verse 16 in Deuteronomy. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Curse shalt thou be in the city.
So you said, Ed, you said a curse is a bad thing, right? So the Bible says that we were going to be cursed in the city. If you look around Charlotte, if you look around any major city or small town, who are the cursed people there? Us. We are the cursed people. We're at the bottom of society. We're the ones that's out here begging for money on the corner. We're the ones out here in the slums, in the ghettos. Every city you go to, we're on the east side of town, on the other side of the tracks, right? God said that we will be cursed in the city. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So cursed in the field. So when you look at this picture here, remember slavery, right? We were cursed in the slavery field, right? Brother, you may be of age. I know you probably remember some sorts of slavery that we went through in the cotton fields and tobacco fields, right? Right? Maybe your parents or your foreparents may have told you stories about how they had to go pick cotton. But God said we will be cursed in the field. That's a curse, having to pick cotton. So this is how you know that the Bible is speaking about us. It said, curse shall I be in the city, and curse shall I be in the field. We pick tobacco, we pick cotton, we pick oranges and apples. For who? So-called white man, the other nations, all right? Read.
Verse 17.
Verse 32.
32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So God said our sons and daughters will be given into another people as well, okay? That's another curse, all right? Our sons were given to another nation when we came off the slave ships. Our daughters were given to another nation when we came off the slave ships, right? Do you know much about slavery, Ed?
A little bit.
A little bit about slavery? How did we get over here on this side of the earth?
On the ship.
On what?
On the ship.
On ships, right? Give me 68. How did we get here on the side of the earth, sister? Huh? We were stolen. You said we were stolen, right? So verse 32, we were reading, our sons and our daughters will be given unto another people, meaning that we were stolen and we were given unto another people, to another race of people. This is how we ended up over here in North America, okay? Read verse 32 one more time. Read it again.
Yes, sir.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So we were stolen and given to another people. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So what that means is that we cried for our brothers and sisters. We cried for our sons and our daughters when we came over here, when our forefathers and foremothers came over here on slave ships, when they were taken off and put on auction blocks, right? They were put on auction blocks and sold. Here's an auction block right here where we were sold, okay? So we cried. Our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, they cried for us. They longed for us all the day long. If somebody was to take your child from you, what would you do? What would you do, brother, if you had a child and then somebody just came and just took them away from you?
I would lose all insanity.
Right, so imagine that happening to millions of us who came over here on these slave ships.
Right.
We are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We got brothers and sisters in places that we don't even know of. But because of sin, because we broke God's laws, because we're under the curse, this is why we're in the lower state. God said these things are going to happen to us, all right? So again, we're out here to teach you this is who we are according to the Bible, but there's a way out of these things, all right? Give me verse 68. So watch this. So brother, you said we came over here on ships, right? And sister, you said that we were stolen, right? Watch this. Watch verse 68. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So listen, when we came out of Egypt the first time, do y'all know about the book of Deuteronomy and Moses. You know Moses? You never heard of Moses?
I heard of Moses.
You heard of
but not
Moses? Okay, so
Deuteronomy.
Moses, what he did, he was a Hebrew, right? So he was an Egyptian as well, right? Because he was sold into the Egyptians. So he served as an Egyptian prince. But when he found out who he was, he turned himself and he gathered the Israelites out of Egypt and he brought them out of Egypt. So the story coming back to you, right?
Yeah, I know.
Right. So he brought us out of Egypt, all right? So give me what Egypt means. Read.
Yes, sir. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
Read.
I am the Lord, thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
So God brought us out of Egypt through Moses, right? Read.
out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is synonymous with bondage, okay? That's what the word Egypt means. It means bondage, Ed. All right? Ed, watch this, watch this. Hold on 1 second, Ed. I'm going to let you go. Watch this. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
God said he's going to bring us into Egypt again, Ed, right? Into bondage again. This is the bondage right here. He said he's going to bring us in. Read.
with ships.
With what?
With ships.
The Bible said that we were brought into bondage again with ships.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support